Well, good morning everyone. It's day 2 of our outback metal detecting and exploration adventure. This is the permanent water where we're camped, and it has been permanent water for almost 200 years, well, thousands of years obviously, but its use as a stock route and a transport route almost 200 years. Okay, it's day 2. It's pretty windy today. I hope I can film in these conditions, but let's get cracking with day 2. Yesterday was fabulous. 3 silver coins, including 2 old Williams from the 1830s, so pretty great start to the trip. Let's get into it today. Well, here's my first reportable find of the day. Not sure what it is. A brass fitting with a square keyway. Some sort of offset flange there. I don't know what that is. I think this is the area of what I thought was where the cob and code change was, so it could be a fitting of some sort of a wagon, I'm not really sure. Here's my next find. It's a piece of harmonica reed, clay encrusted. Only a small piece, a bit corroded. There's a ton of iron where I am now. My core's probably a little bit large for what I'm doing, but I have got a 5x8 in the ute, so I can always go and change coils. There we go, another relic from the 1800s. Well, it's a ripper of a find. We got a couple yesterday. I think I might have got 3. Another large caliber musket bore. What a beauty. Probably for an old brown bess musket. Muzzle loader. Real pioneer's weapon of choice. Nice one. So what happened in this town was it was settled as a pastoral community on a coach road that went west. And what happened was, typically with the progress of settlement in Queensland, as the railways pushed further inland, the coaches didn't compete with the railways, they just worked to the railhead. So what happened was the railway arrived here in the late 1870s, about 10 miles in the old money, north of here, and so basically the town was bypassed. So what happened was this coach road was abandoned and the coaches worked from the railhead up to the north. Some people leaving it on here for a while, but wasn't much point living this far from the major line of communication. So what happened was they moved north and this town was abandoned. Everyone was pretty much gone by 1910, early 1900s anyway. But I just found a lovely personal item that connects us to those people that lived here all those years ago. And here it is. It's a little 4-hole brass button. I think I got one yesterday. Colin got a few. Not sure if it's branded. Maybe actually. Anyway, when I give it a bit of a clean, I'll take some pics and subtitle what's branded on this button. I just got this brass item. I'm not sure what it is. Some sort of clip or attachment. I've not seen anything like it in memory, but there's an 80 signal. I'm on the edge of a pit. This is one of the town rubbish pits. Every time I dig a hole, there's broken glass coming up, but I'm not sure what that is. I'll scout around the edges, see if there's any other repeatable targets. Still in the rubbish pit, got the remnants. This will just be a base, no doubt, but an old clay pot of some sort or jug. Oh, it's right in there. I'll have to get the pick. Dig him out. I wouldn't hold any hope that it's complete. Just one-handed if I can. Might get a name off it or something. That's definitely quite old, as you can see. And we're broken, yes, of course. Look how thick that is. That is awesome. And the base is like, it's fairly crudely cast. I can't see any writing on it or embossing. Anyhow, we'll just leave him there where he belongs and kick on. Well, while we're here at this rubbish pit, it's not far from the old coach crossing. Let's have a look over here. This is where the Cobb & Co coaches came through from 1875, as I understand it. And of course they moved to the railhead in 1879. Now you can see here, really well in a minute when I get there, that's the old main road. The old main road crosses the creek and continues west on the other side. Now the interesting thing is, yesterday when I was here, when we got here and we were talking to the landowner, he said there is an old cemetery over there. So the town was here, realistically, from its main settlement 1864 to about 1879. So whoever died in the town at that stage was buried on the other side of the creek here. Now he said they were only timber headstones and they're long gone, so unfortunately there's no memories of those people anymore, but it'd be interesting to find that old cemetery in there and mark it, because I've never found any evidence or documentation of it anywhere. Definitely worth checking that out. We'll go over there later and have a bit of a recon. Well, curiosity got the best of me after filming that last scene down on the coach crossing. Now I'm on the other side of the creek where the cemetery is. I'm looking for the graves. They're going to be pretty hard to spot. But this side of the creek is significantly lower than the other side. That's where the town was, on the other side, because it was this floods and that doesn't. Well, it has, but not in significant time frames. 1959 was the last major flood, so that's 63 years ago or something, 62 years. So this area here, I can see the creek running back down through there again. The graves are in here somewhere. I don't know how many there are, but since there's no ironwork or marble headstones, if they were just timber markers, well, the whitehounds would have taken them years ago, and the bushfires. I'll spend another 10 minutes scouting around here and then head back there the other side over there. Colleen's over there in the town proper. But I'd love to find this cemetery. It's here somewhere. Yeah, okay, here's my next recovery. It's a part of a barrel tap, I believe. You can see the slot there to let the fluid through. Pretty sure that's part of a barrel tap. Just missing a few components. It's got that rectangular keyway there for the handle. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Okay, here's Colleen with a report. I'm back on the other side of the creek, back in the township. What do we got here? Oh, that's a beauty. Big brass horse buckle.
Yeah, that's brass, but that's...
Yeah, the tongue's steel.
Yeah. And I found another one of these.
Yeah. Well, I think they're bag seals, are they? The seals? Or
well, I can't
could be
see
off the old bullock wagons.
I can't see any holes in it, but I guess they might be.
Oh, okay, yeah, you would. A bale seal would have a hole, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If it's lead, though.
Yes.
What else you got?
I found a lot of these, so I think the horse.
Okay.
Because that's the main area.
Oh, right, they could be stables or
Stables,
horse yard at least.
Yeah.
Nice work. Alright, next target, not far from the barrel tap. I thought it was a clock part, but I'm pretty sure it's not a clock part. It's of some sort of construction machinery or something. Quite thick brass. It's a good target idea, as you can imagine. Don't know what its function was though. Got something of a quite inconsistent target idea, but it's pretty large or shallow. Let's have a dig and see what we find. Been a while since I've actually dug anything repeatable. There's tons of iron here. That wind's really howling too, so I hope that you can hear this. I think I'll pinpoint it first. It's going to be shallow. There it is there. What's that? Something exposed there. A whole bit of brass or something. Might be part of an old pot or something. You can hear how loud it was. Shallow. There we go. What do we got? Oh, heavens. Look at that. It's got a steel handle and a brass. Oh, it's got something written on it. It's not a lock, is it? It's the mother of all locks if it's a lock. Hey, look, it's got some writing on it here. That is massive. Okay, I'll see if I can decipher what's written on here and determine what this is. Maybe a padlock, eh? But size of it. Okay, I don't know why I didn't recognise that for what it was. It's a Teamster's bell. I think it says James Barwin, Birmingham. But as you can see, it's a bell. It would have rung beautifully. There's the attachment for the bullock's neck, and this is where the bell dinger part goes. It actually has got a name, that dinger. I can't remember what it is. But that is an old Teamster's bell, definitely from the 1860s or 70s, and it's branded. I'll see if I can find out who James Barwin, Birmingham was. A lot of these are made in Australia, but this one was clearly made in England. What a ripper. Here's my next find with an escort of ants. The back off an old doorknob. Busted. Brass. Typical doorknob that you'd find in an old town like this. That was a good solid signal, as you can imagine. Not much of it there though. Well, we're just on our way back to camp for a bit of lunch, and I just got this shell, Shoddy Shell, Elo Brothers London, number 12. That's definitely from the period, I would think. Or early 1900s, if not late 1800s. Good solid signal, 68. Okay, well, just had a break for lunch. Colin's having a cup of tea. I'm just going to walk down the creek and do a bit of foot recon without the machines to see if we can spot any glass and ceramics further downstream, which is further away from the town actually, but our theory yesterday with those silver coins we got was the bullockys are camped on the edge of town. Looks like a good camping spot where you'd pull up a bullock dray and have your dinner and maybe walk into town and go to the pub. So we'll go for a walk down here, have a look at this billabong and see if there's any glass or ceramic over there, and then we'll bust out the detectors again. Let's go. This is the area up here. I like the look of that. Actually, I think there's a track you can go around and you can actually camp up in there. Beautiful spot. It's a big billabong, that one. Permanent water. Doesn't look too flash, but be alright when you boiled it up. These days you can use things like life straws and filter it yourself. Sequence. Okay, here we are. This is a decent bit of water for out here. Beautiful. It was crazy last night, we couldn't film it, but because it was pitch black. Massive, thousands of flying foxes come down here. They must, well, they're feeding up this way during the day and they must be roosting downstream. They weren't roosting near us because they're very noisy and we didn't really hear them all night. But there was just thousands of them flying through here just after dark. Pity I couldn't get it on camera, but I haven't got the gear to do that. Over there is where that cemetery is somewhere. We'll find it one day. May not be today. This target was barely under the surface. It's the brass tip off a pair of boots or shoes. See where the tacks have gone into the leather there. Well, we've done another 2 hours after lunch. No really reportable finds. We just had a bit of a conference over there where Colleen found that groat yesterday. The curious thing is we're not finding pennies, and usually that means the place has been detected. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm the only bloke who knows about this spot. I'm sure detectives have been here, even though it's pretty remote. And the pennies are always the first to go because they're so easy to find. Having said that though, these old towns from around the 1870s, there's generally not a lot of coins in them. We had an extraordinary run yesterday, but no coins today. Some good finds. The musket balls are good and the buttons, but coins in some of these Queensland 1800s towns are tough to find, mainly because people didn't have a lot of money. And the thing about hunting these sites, though, that really gets you going is that most of the coins are either silver or they're going to be gold sovereigns. No gold sovereign. We woke up this morning thinking we'll get a gold sovereign today. Could still happen. We've got a couple of hours to go, so I'll go back and get a cold drink. Camp's just here, as you can see, and continue on after that. And I'll be back with any reported finds, and hopefully we've got something exciting before dinner. If not, it doesn't matter. It's a great spot to be out here. Well, here's that harmonica reed I was looking for last night on the surface. Been sitting here a long time. Not far from where we got those coins yesterday, so there's been a lot of activity in this spot. Out on the edge of town. Not really sure what was going on. Probably a bullockie's camp. That was our theory yesterday. But anyway, that's a nice old relic.